brought Roxy here because she had been to a veterinary clinic in the area which diagnosed her with severe neurological problems and a disc issue. And when they said the word neurological problems, I started thinking that has to be chiropractic. And so we did a web search found Vitality, came in, and the first day she walked in, she was so totally listless. His paw wouldn't react properly. It just wouldn't flip, wouldn't curl over. She was a mess, to be honest about it. 2 treatments in, some of her feisty-ness was back. And now she goes back up her steps, wants to jump off the bed that caused the problem to begin with. We don't let her, but she wants to. And is back to her old self, running the house, bossing all the other pets. And she's just done absolutely fantastic. So the treatments not only have really helped, they have basically restored us our Roxy, and that was what we came for.
Hi, Dr. Erin O'Connor here to talk a little bit about Roxy's case. When Roxy came in at her first visit, she didn't really move around much. When we put her on the ground, she showed signs of ataxia, which is basically a lack of coordination and movement. She frequently stumbled, especially on turns, and refused to put weight on her right leg to put it on the ground. When she did walk, she was 3-legged and very unsteady. We did some neurological tests that checked reflexes, her proprioception, which is awareness of her body in space, and also some testing to make sure that there wasn't something more serious going on that we would have to send her back to her vet for. She showed signs of weakness in all 4 of her limbs, also did not have much proprioception at all, which is awareness of her body in space. And on her x-rays and MRIs sent to me from her vet, she showed disc protrusion between C5 and C6, which are in her neck, as well as some compression on the spinal cord in that area. There were also some degenerative changes in a few other places. She also has a block vertebrae in her neck, which is 2 vertebrae that are fused together. So as you can tell, she had a lot going on, and not to mention she had just gotten over meningitis before coming into our clinic. She also had a laundry list of abdominal problems that I won't get into. So in her mid and low back, you'll see me use a little tool called an activator. And this tool does the same thing as my hands do, except it uses more speed than force to move the vertebra back into place, so it's easier on her if she has some abdominal pain going on. She also does not have a functioning pancreas, and she also has a congenital portosystemic shunt, which she was born with and she had surgery for. So I went ahead and adjusted Roxy each visit that she came in. I found a pretty decent number of subluxations or misalignments in her spine and extremities, especially in her neck and shoulder regions. Her mid-back also had some subluxations, which may have been contributing to her GI issues that she was having, as well as in her pelvis, and this was probably from constantly having to catch herself from stumbling and falling. So besides adjusting, I also did peanut exercises for core conditioning, to improve muscles in her right forelimb, and also to improve her balance, because again, she was stumbling and falling all over the place. Throughout her care, we saw improvement each visit, from her lightly touching the ground with her right forelimb but not putting weight on it, to regaining balance, to putting weight on that right forelimb but picking it up just a little quicker than all the rest, to not falling, to being able to turn without falling. Turns are a big one for pets that don't have very great balance. to running around the clinic one day, wagging her tail and barking at all the other dogs. So at that point, we had Roxy back. She was her old self again. And her family noticed changes at home too, with her wanting to go up and down stairs again, jumping on furniture again. These are both good signs that a dog is regaining balance and proprioception back, to even playing with toys again, which they said she hadn't done in a very long time. So I'm very happy that Roxy's family recognized her problems as, in their words, chiropractic problems when the vet presented her neurological findings to them. Without this type of thinking, she never would have came in and gotten care, and she never would have been the dog that she is today. And with chiropractic care, what happens is we're just removing all of that interference in the nervous system or any problems with nerve transmissions and allowing the body to heal itself. So through that process, Roxy just became a wonderful dog with a feisty personality, and we couldn't be happier for her.